Hi guys, I'm back again with another video. I want to make a quick video on what to do or how to answer question 14 on the application for Canadian Citizenship's adult form. Now, this question has come up recently in the Canada Visa Forum about how to answer question 14, and I'd just like to give a brief synopsis of what's happening here. Actually, if you look at question 14, you see that it says, have you held travel documents and or passports during your eligibility period? You have to click either yes or no. And I assume that anyone who's actually watching this video or who are trying to obtain Canadian citizenship would likely have a travel document. That is, a passport or some other valid form of travel document. If you can't enter another country, for example, with that document as your travel document, then that is not a valid travel document. For example, your PR card is not a valid travel document. Your PR card is simply a card that you use to get back into Canada and to identify you as a Canadian permanent resident. You cannot use your PR card to get into any other country. So, therefore, if you have a passport, you will click yes, complete details below. And it says, tell us about all of your travel documents and or passports covering your eligibility period. If there were any gaps between passport, please explain why in table B. Note you will be asked to show us the original documents during the processing of your application. So, for example, a passport I hold is a 10-year passport, so I have to renew it every 10 years. But for example, if your eligibility period falls within that 10-year period, you will only have to show them one passport. You won't have to show them two passports, for example. If your passport expired within your eligibility period and you had to renew your passport, you have to show them both passports that you actually used. And you will have the document here and these forms here, places here. It says document number, your issue, country of issue, your place of issue, your date issued, and your expiry. So if your passport expired within your eligibility period and you had to renew it to get a new passport, you will have to show both passports. For me, for example, because my passport did not expire within my eligibility period and I held my passport for 10 years, I won't have to show them both my old and my new passport. I just have to show them the one that falls within the eligibility period. And you can confirm everything I'm saying right here on the instruction guide for the application for Canadian citizenship. So if you scroll down the guide, on step 3 it says gather your documents. It says submit the following documents with your application. Original printout of your online physical presence calculator or form CIT 0407, photocopies of all valid and expired passports and travel documents you held in the past 5 years. If you don't have these documents or there are gaps in the time between travel documents, we will ask for an explanation. If you didn't have a passport in the past 5 years, photocopies of 2 pieces of government issued identification with your name, date of birth, and photograph. If you had a passport in the past 5 years, photocopies of 1 piece of document issued identification with your name, date of birth, and photograph. Now, this part is what I really want to get to because this is very important for you. Documents checklist. So if you look at the documents checklist for the application for Canadian citizenship under subsection 5.1, you will see that on the third line here, it says photocopies of biographical pages of passports and or travel documents covering the 5 years immediately before the date of your application. If these documents are not in your possession, provide an explanation in question number 14 on the application form and see step 4.14. Complete the application form of the instruction guide. Note, if your passport validity was extended, include a photocopy of the pages containing the extension stamps. Now, what's important to note about this question or this particular line or subsection in the document checklist is that some people usually just photocopy their photograph page and the page with the name and the expiry information and all of that. No, that is completely wrong, because you're sending them the physical presence calculator, right? So you want to send them all of the pages of your passports that are valid within the last 5 years. This is very important, people, because how else are they going to verify your entries and leavings? I know it just asks for your photocopies of your biographical pages of passport or travel documents, but it is very important to include all of the pages of your passport. All of them. Just send them, because you don't want them to actually come back and ask you questions about your entries or leavings, or send you your document back. So please, people, just send them all of it. Just send them all of it. If you have a passport expire within the past 5 years and you had to renew your passport, send them all of the pages of both passports, and just make a subsection in your documents saying that this is the expired passport and this is your new passport, and just send it to them, because otherwise they will come back to you and ask questions. It will be better for you to give too much information than to give too little information. Always remember that. Thank you. Give a like if you like this video, thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Thank you.